Okay, we're going to move on to our final part, part F. This time we're going to isolate the variable a. I do not need to distribute that. Remember, something written next to parentheses means multiplication. So I'm going to get rid of first the 2 in the denominator by multiplying by 2. I would end with 2s equals n times the group a plus t. I cannot break apart the group. A letter or a variable written next to parentheses is multiplication. Therefore, I will divide. Now I have 2s over n equals a plus t. Okay, I have the group isolated by itself. Now I can get a alone by subtracting t from both sides. 2s over n. These are not like terms, so I'll just write it, and I am done. Looked super confusing with fractions and all kinds of variables, but it's pretty straightforward. The next one I'm going to ask that you try by yourself. We're solving for x. I notice x is in 2 terms. So what do you think we need to do? Hopefully you thought distribute backwards. Please pause the video, stop the video, distribute backwards. Thank you for pausing. We talked about distributing backwards. I'm going to take x out. X times what gets me back to xy, y. X times what gets me back to the second term, negative 7x, negative 7. That one was very straightforward. The next one looks very familiar. Once again, pause the video. I see x in both terms. So what do you think we need to do? Hopefully you're saying to yourself, distribute backwards. Please pause the video. Again, I'm going to pull out the x. I would have to multiply x times what? mn to get back to mnx. I would have to multiply x times what? Positive 8y. Excellent. The next one. These are beginning to look like review. On this one, I want to get rid of the 5 in the denominator so that I can start working on isolating the x. To get rid of the 5, I'll multiply by 5. This now reminds me of a two-step equation where r would be a constant or a coefficient to the variable x. And so I would subtract 9 from both sides. These are not like terms, so you may not combine them. 2 variables written next to each other are multiplication, so therefore you need to divide. These are not like terms, so you're simply going to leave it as a fraction. I would like you to pause the video, do the next 2 math problems by yourself, review through your packet. You should find math problems that look similar to this. I notice in the first one, I'm solving for x, but x is in 2 separate terms. What should you be thinking? Hopefully you're saying distribute backwards. When I look at the second problem, I'm solving for w. Again, w in 2 separate terms. Please pause the video. We'll compare answers in a moment. Therefore, you can divide by the whole group. These are not like terms, and there's a subtraction sign, so I could not simplify any further. Feel free to rewind and listen to that again if necessary. For the second one, I decided to move the 2W to the left, and then I moved the T to the right. Ooh, I have two terms with W, so I distributed backwards, creating a group. Because it's a group, I may divide by the entire group. I cannot simplify this at all because there is a plus sign and a subtraction sign in the numerator and denominator, so that is where I ended.